Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about what makes a man magnetic, and it's not what you say. So if you want to become more magnetic to women, if you want to become more attractive to women, then these are the three things that I want you to work on, okay? So the thing that makes a man magnetic to women is, first of all, he has standards, okay? And these standards are unshakable, okay? He has self-control when it comes to his standards. And what I mean by that is that he has standards of what kind of women he wants to date. And if he happens to meet a woman who isn't up to those standards, he's not just going to be like, oh, okay, I'll date her anyway. No, he's unshakable with it. He's not afraid to let a woman go who is not up to his standards, okay? Now, what I mean by standards is things that you want in a woman, okay? So if you want a woman who is faithful, if you want a woman who isn't a party animal, if you want a woman who is a good at communicating and is not passive aggressive when they talk to guys, when things go wrong, if you want a woman who is kind and nurturing, let's say those are things that you want, okay? Now, let's say you go on a date with a woman, and let's say she's absolutely a smoke show, and she's gorgeous, she's hot, she's 10 out of 10 in the looks department. And let's say you've got weak self-control, and your standards are weak too. Maybe you would slip up there and you would continue to date her because you've become super glued basically to the way that she looks, and you're ignoring your standards and the things that you really want, all because she looks hot. Okay, so you got to have unshakable standards, okay? And when a woman knows, and when women know that you have standards, and there are only some women that you're going to entertain and date, and you're picky and you're choosy about who you let into your circle, not just with women, but with everybody, with friends and all that kind of stuff too, even family members. If you have concrete standards and they're unshakable, okay, women are going to sense that, okay? And it's going to make you more magnetic to women. Yes, it's going to make you magnetic to women who, right, are not up to your standards, okay? But it will also make you magnetic to women who are up to your standards, okay? But it's important that those standards are unshakable and you have self-control, okay? Because women can sense, they can tell the difference between a man who has self-control and who doesn't have self-control, okay? And women are more likely to be more attracted to those men who do have self-control, okay? So the next thing, okay, that we're going to get into, which makes a man magnetic to women, is if he has self-respect, okay? His opinion of himself matters more than the opinion of others. And because his opinion of himself is paramount, okay, and because that's the most important thing to him, and he doesn't really care too much about what other people think of him, because he cares mostly about what he thinks of himself, other people respect him automatically, okay? Because some people think, okay, I need to do this to get people to respect me more. I need to do this. I need to say things like this. I need to dress this certain way. No, you don't need to do any of that at all. If you are looking for other people to respect you and you're trying to prove yourself, people will never respect you, okay? When you respect yourself, and that is the most important thing to you in terms of, you know, that sort of area of your life, that is when other people respect you. Self-respect garners respect from other things, okay, from the outer world, okay? Because what you'll find is that the inside, your inside mirrors the outside. So how you view yourself is how other people will begin to view you, okay? It's just one of those automatic things. Because let's say you don't have much self-respect and you're trying to win respect of women or your friends or things like that, you're going to behave in a certain way. You're going to behave in a very weak way. You're going to talk in a very weak way. And these little things, and your body language is going to be different. These things are going to be really, really subtle. Okay, but people can sense these subtleties. Okay, as human beings, we've been evolved to sort of really hone in on other people, to be able to sense danger, to be able to sense if someone's safe, to be able to sense if someone's worth being our friend or worth being a lover or whatever it may be. And we're really experts at body language and noticing facial expressions and things. So women can notice the subtleties, and so can your guy friends, and so can your colleagues, and so can your family. They can notice these things about you, okay? And they'll be able to notice on some level that you're not very strong because you're desperate for outside validation and you're trying to prove yourself. And because you're trying to prove yourself too much, you're behaving and acting in a certain way, and people can pick up on it and they can sense that you don't have much self-respect. But when your self-respect becomes paramount and it's the most important thing in, like I said, in that area of your life, and your opinion of yourself matters more than the opinions of others, that's, again, you will act differently, you will behave differently, you will talk differently, your facial expressions will be different, your body language will be different. And even, again, these things are really, really subtle, but it's these subtle differences that make the difference with women, that make the difference between you being a magnet to women than you being a repellent of women, okay? So it's all about that self-respect. Okay, now how do you gain self-respect? Well, first of all, don't procrastinate. If you know you've got stuff that you need to do them. Don't procrastinate. If you procrastinate, you're showing that you don't believe in yourself very much. Okay, so don't procrastinate. If you know you've got to go to the gym, drag your ass to the gym. If you know you've got to work on your side business and there's certain things that you need to do, then do those things, okay? If you know you should be going for that promotion at work, then go for that promotion at work. You know, if you know that you should be doing a certain task when you're at work and you shouldn't be hanging out near the water fountain shooting the shit with the other guys, and you know you should be going back to work, then go back to work. Okay, go and do your job. Okay, it's when you're, because you don't want to have a war within your mental, you know, within your head, okay? And that's what can sometimes happen when you're procrastinating, when you're not doing something that you know you should be doing, you're warring with yourself. So give in, okay, and just do the thing. Okay, that's one of the best ways that you can build respect for yourself, okay? And also, you got to look after yourself as if you're someone that you care and respect for and love, okay? So that means making yourself nutritious meals because you're investing in yourself. You're investing time into making a nutritious meal for yourself, okay? So make meals for yourself, cook for yourself, okay? Don't just buy a box of cereal and let that be it, or buy a pizza. Make meals for yourself. Take care of your body. Shower every day, wash your clothes, okay? Always wear clean clothes before you leave the house. Make sure you're always washed before you leave the house, okay? Brush your teeth, you know. But what I will say, though, when I talk about this kind of subject, though, sometimes people can be struggling with taking care of themselves because they've got a mental health condition. So if you think that you're really struggling with those things, and even if you're unsure, please go and seek help from a medical professional because there may be something else going on there. Okay, just tell them what's going on, what your behaviors are like and what you're not doing for yourself, and maybe they'll be able to help you. But what I will say though as well is the more you do it, the more you sort of force yourself to look after yourself, the more you force yourself to cook yourself nutritious meals and to make sure that you exercise your body and you clean your body, the more you do that, let's say you do it for a week, okay, consistently every day, and you force yourself to do it, it's more likely that you're going to continue to do it, okay? So it's sort of like action creates more action. So even when you do it once, you've enhanced the likelihood of you doing it again, okay? But again, going back to what I was saying, I'm not a medical professional. If you're struggling with those things, then please go and seek medical help, just in case you need some more assistance, okay? Maybe you need some counseling or something along those lines, okay? So build self-respect, okay? So the last thing that I want to discuss, okay, which will make you magnetic and what makes a man magnetic to women, is that he's not afraid to walk away. So let's say he goes on a date with a woman who doesn't have the standards that he wants. It's not the ideal woman for him. He's not afraid to walk away, even if she's beautiful, even if she has a lot of things that he really likes. The fact that maybe she mentioned something about cheating on her past boyfriends or something like that gives him a bit of a red flag, and he's like, okay, yes, she's good in these ways, but this is a really important deal breaker and I don't really want to be cheated on by her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away. And that will also make you feel extremely powerful because you've went out on a date with a beautiful woman and you were the one that walked away from her. You were the one that rejected her. And that will give you even more self-respect, and that will improve your standards even more for yourself and for the standards that you have with women. So do not be afraid to walk away from a beautiful woman if she is not everything that you want. Okay, at least in those important things. Because there are things that are really important, that are going to be really important to you that you have in a woman, and there are going to be things that are not so important, you know. So for example, something that may be really important to you is that you have a woman who is faithful, you have a woman who's a good communicator, you have a woman who is kind and is kind to others. Perhaps those are the deal breakers for you, just saying, right? Perhaps those are the deal breakers, okay? But then you go on a date with her and you've also got some other things that you'd prefer, like maybe you would really like it if you were dating a brunette, okay, or a redhead, okay, and let's say you go on a date with a woman and her hair is blonde, but she's everything on your list and it doesn't matter too much that she's blonde, then it's like, okay, well, yeah, you don't have to, you know, you can let that go, you can let that slide, right? It doesn't matter as much to you, unless it does, okay, because maybe that is a big thing for you. Maybe you definitely need to date a blonde or something like that, and that's what you desperately want. But it's going to be different for every guy. But there are some things that are going to be really important and other things that are not so important. So you've got to distinguish whatever those are, okay? But if you meet a woman who has one of these standards that are really important to you, a deal breaker, then she doesn't have it, okay, then it's best for you to walk away. And again, like I said, it'll make you feel really powerful to walk away from a woman who you found attractive because she wasn't up to one of the important standards that is on your list of standards, okay? So if you follow those three things about having standards, having self-respect, and not being afraid to walk away, and these things are unshakable, okay? No woman is going to steer you off of your path, steer you off of your path, no matter how beautiful she is, then you will become magnetic to women, and they will be able to sense that about you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com and pick whichever coaching option works best for you. Currently on there is a new 40-minute course on dating basics if you're interested in that. But if you prefer to coach yourself, then you can go and read Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams totally for free, because I know that the economy is really bad right now. You can read it for free on my website. All you have to do is go to www.christineloveridge.com. The link will be in the description of this video. Click on the menu on the website and then go to the book, and it'll take you straight to the PDF reader where you can read it. You don't have to log in, you don't have to sign up. It's just there for you to read 100% for free. You don't have to do anything except go to the website and click on that part of the website, the book part, the book section, okay? And if you would like to, okay, it's not necessary, but again, if you would like to, there is also a link on that page to Amazon where you can get the Kindle version or the physical copy which has a nice discreet spine. So if you're ashamed of having a dating book, which is fair enough, then, you know, no one's going to know you got it unless they pull it off your shelf because of the spine, okay? And if you do happen to purchase the Kindle version or the physical copy, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a nice review, whether about the book or about my coaching videos in general. That would really help me out. So that's just another way you can support me if you would like to. But again, like I said, it's not necessary, because whatever is on this physical copy and on the Kindle is exactly the same that's on the website. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.